You had some family here. Did it feel like you were playing in the backyard there in the first half?
Yeah, had a good amount of family show up, a couple of buddies from back home, so it was good to have them here. Obviously had a good, strong start to the game. Definitely some things that we could still improve on, and even in the first half, we had a really strong first half, but obviously could improve on some things, but it was really good to get back out there and play some ball.
How much do you look at this as an opportunity that now you've got game tape, now you've got some stuff that's not against your own guys that you can go back and kind of fine tune?
Oh yeah, for sure. Obviously, any game reps that you can get, regardless of who you're playing and where it's at, even just as long as it's a different team, it's valuable, very valuable to get those reps and just see. Obviously we're out there like on live television, obviously, so this is a game. Like we're not practicing against our own guys for the 8th month in a row anymore. So it's good to get some reps against some other guys and obviously build off that.
Towson was able to put together some long drives after you guys got off to a hot start. Was sitting on the sideline, did that kind of nullify stuff and kind of make you guys struggle a little bit later in the game?
No, the defense did a great job. Obviously they had a couple big plays, but I mean, sitting over there on the sideline's not a bad thing. Obviously you can throw on the sideline, do whatever you need to do to stay warm, but no, it really didn't affect too much.
Brendan, could you just walk us through that touchdown to Sterling there, the third one there, RPO? Do you think he would be any more open than that one after you see the
no, definitely didn't think he'd be any more open than that. Didn't think it was even an option, really. Like, we don't really start there at all. It was kind of one of those things. I just saw it and was like, well, hopefully coach isn't too mad about throwing a touchdown because we're not supposed to throw it to this guy. But, he obviously doesn't really ask too many questions if we get 6 out of it. So.
You hit 2 touchdowns, 42 yards, 61 yards in the first quarter. How good did it feel for you and your receivers to hit those explosive plays as your offense tries to hit more of those this season?
Yeah, it felt really good. Obviously, any deep shot that you can score fast on is really fun and exciting. And obviously, if you can hook up on those, like you said, it's explosive plays win games. And if you can score quick, it's obviously very important. Obviously, the receivers did a great job today. Tight ends did a great job today. And really, I mean, the run game helped us so much with the deep shots. Ran for 275, I believe. So, I mean, just outstanding job by the O-line today. It was a good all-around day.
Joe Royer and Xavier Henderson, we kind of saw that connection between you guys during fall camp. How have you built that relationship and bond with those two on the field?
Yeah, like you just said right there, like fall camp, spring ball, obviously all those reps add up, and whenever you get out on the field, it's really, you're just practicing out there. It's just a live game, obviously. I would much rather play a game than practice. I tell coaches all the time, like, can we just stop practicing already? Like one of those type deals. I'm like, practice is fun for a few days at the beginning of spring ball, and then after that, it just starts to wear you down a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. But it was good to get out there and just start hooking up with those guys again, obviously, because that's what we've been doing all fall camp, all spring ball.
You talked about the hot start, the great start, 3 touchdowns in the first quarter, but then just 17 points the rest of the way after that. What do you think changed after that first quarter, after those 3 scores?
Really just the ability to finish. Obviously, we made a couple mistakes. I missed a couple throws, and we had the weird deal with the snap and everything that kind of stopped the drive, and just like that type of stuff. Obviously, the ball security that we're going to work on, obviously, this week at practice, that type of stuff. And I mean, really, like, we drove the ball. We continually drove the ball. We just got to find a way to put it in the end zone.
Did you notice any difference with the tablets on the sideline? Did you feel it changed anything, made anything better?
I mean, really, it's just instant correction pretty much. Obviously, you're good to go on the sideline and, see what the coach is seeing, see what you didn't see out there, and get to make those corrections pretty much instantly, and just continue to use that throughout the game will be very huge for us. It was very, very nice to have today.
You were able to stay clean, no sacks today, work through progressions. How important was that, just getting out there game one and being able to work through progressions with a solid base in front of you in your first few reps of the Bearcats?
I mean, it's awesome to have 5 guys up front, and we even rotated a couple others in there, and they held their own as well. Like, whenever you have time to sit back there and work through some stuff, it's huge. And if you're always having to throw your first progression, that's not a good thing. So I guess just the simple answer is it's just really nice to have.
You had the negative run play in the red zone, and then Coach Adford calls a design run from 3rd and pretty long. Is that a play where you kind of when he radios it in, you go, okay, like whatever you say, coach, maybe this will work. And did you expect to be that wide open for a touchdown?
There's another one of those things, like obviously you don't ever expect to just walk in the end zone, but I like the play call. Obviously we scored off of it, so it was a good one, but yeah, I messed up. It was a bad read on me on the play prior, so I appreciate him going back to me on that next play and then trusting me with it, and it worked out.
What did you see in the second half that allows you guys to rush for over 200 yards after a first half where you maybe struggled to get those big chunk yardage on the ground?
Obviously I felt like the backs were doing a good job of pressing the hole at the start of the game as well, but they just started the hole started to open up a little bit more. The O-line was really working out there today, and yeah, I mean, they just started hitting the holes and had a couple of big runs that kept building off of one another. So yeah, I mean, it was nice to see.
For the preseason, you said you were waiting for your first big hit, and then it was game on. Do you feel like you got that first big hit today, or are you still waiting?
No, there was definitely a couple out there that I got hit pretty good on. So not waiting any longer. I would prefer if we actually stayed away from those big hits. Now obviously I've got them out of the way, so it felt good to get out there and get hit a little bit.
Any other questions for Branden? Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Brendan.
Thank you.